How are you all doing today, lads? How's everybody? Today being Monday, it's time for John to reveal the bum. Show everybody what's up my bum. No, not what's up my bum. What's in my bum? No. What I'm trying to show you? Yeah. What bench update Monday? I'm updating what's on the bench, and today being Monday, so therefore it's bum. Okay, so if you've clicked onto this to see anything bum related, as in bottom, then click away, move away now. It's nothing to do with naked bodies or bums or anything like that. It's all to do with modelling and kits and things like that, and see what I've been up to for the last week and what I'm going to be up to for the rest of the next week. Okay, so let's boom down to the bench and we'll see what I've been up to. So right, here we are at the bench. John has nearly finished his early morning cup of tea, and like I said, it's Monday, so let's get on with it. Let's get on with what John's been up to. Right, we'll start off, I suppose, with what do we start with? We'll start with the M48 Patton. There she is in its current state. Hold on, let me just get that into a shot a little bit better. Right, there he is as I have it at the moment. It's almost 99.99% finished. Okay, I just want to give it a bit of a dusting. I'm going to give it a dusting of some orangey and reddish type colours, because the earth in sort of Vietnam, where this is supposedly based or whatever, do you know what I mean? It was a kind of a reddish mud. Okay, so I'm going to give it the dusting with the pastels, and I'm going to give it a kind of a reddish dusting. But apart from that, as you can see, it's finished. Really happy with how it turned out. Really happy with how it turned out, I must say. Everything just worked out nicely. It really did. I'll have to pop your man off, because he's going to fall off the minute I move it anyway. Okay. The other chap is glued in, the driver. As you see, I have the vision ports done with the little blue tinsel. Okay, so they give a kind of a little glint of blue. The spotlight is done there, as you can see. It's nice and clear, and the inside is all silvered up and things like that. The rust effects are on the spare tracks, on the tracks themselves, with the pads, the rubber pads, black. The toe chain there at the back is kind of rusted up a little bit, and used the graphite pencil there to to shine up certain areas to make it look like metal, because it does look like metal. I mean, I know the camera sometimes it doesn't really show up all the little touches, it's always much better to see with the naked eye, but that's about as much as you can show on a camera, like. But I'm happy with how it turned out. It really is nice. It's a lovely kit from Tamiya. It's an old kit. You pick it up quite reasonable price. I got it even more reasonable. I got it as a present. How more reasonable can you get than that? Young Mr. Riley, Greg Riley, sent me on this, and I was really happy to receive it. So that's the M48 A3 Patton from Tamiya. Lovely kit, and I did videos on the build and all on that. Right, let's move on now to the next one. My son, as you know, gave me a present. Actually, gave me a couple of presents, and I'll show you the other one now in a few minutes. But he gave me two presents, two lovely kits. He gave me this one here, which is the US Army RQ-7B UAV. It's an academy kit. Nice little kit, I must say. Nice little kit. I have it all assembled now. Here we go. Here's the little UAV. Tiny little thing. I've got it decaled up and everything else. So I just have to put a dull coat on that, and do a little bit of weathering on it, just a small bit, just to kind of bring out the panel lines and things, and then give it a dull coat, and I'll be happy with that. Then that's finished. The figures It did come with where do I find it? This stuff here, right? Which is decal. And as you see, you cut it off in all little bits and pieces, and it was a feckin' nightmare. It really bloody well was. And I failed miserably at it. I really did. I failed feckin' miserably. I ended up. I'm in the process of scraping it off now at the moment. That's why your man looks so tattered. But it went on grand in some areas and not grand in other areas. I suppose it is me. It was how I did it really, rather than the decal itself. You have to put it on in small little bits and pieces. And I think it was the solutions you use. I use microsol and microset. But I'd say you have to get even the harsher one again, the stronger one again, so for it to conform into the grooves and things on the uniform. So that was a failure as far as I'm concerned for me. But I'll go on now, and I've come up with a couple of other little ideas on how to get the camouflage done in that. And I did a little kind of a test on the other one because I'm going to kind of redo the figures for this, and I thought, what else can I do with them? And I remember seeing a video a long time ago of someone doing that splinter camouflage on 1/35th scale figures, and he used the sponge method. The sponge method you use for chipping, and he used that on the figures. And I gave this one a go, and I just said I'll just give it a blast just to see, right? And I painted them, say, grey, then used white and a tiny little bit of black, and did the chip, that spongy thing. Now, areas are a bit too thick and things, but it was it was a test piece, and just to see, oh, that's too much. So he's a test figure. Excuse me. There's a section here on his back, and I thought it came out absolutely fabulous. It really did. So look at that. You see it? That was done with a sponge, and that looks perfect. It really does. So I'm going to go ahead with these. I want to change the colour of them. I want to give it the green camouflage rather than the grey. Okay, but I'm going to do the same effect, and as you can see, it feckin' does work. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, so there's a little idea for you lads for doing the modern camouflage. Use the sponge effect, like you do for the sponge chipping. Use the same effect, and you'll get the digital camo effect. Look at that. I'm quite happy with that, and it works. So yippee, we'll go ahead with that. So we got to get him cleaned off, get that chap cleaned off, and play around with him some more. And like I said, you learn something new every day in this hobby. You really do, and it's great. That's what's great about it. You can learn all the different little effects and things like that. Right. Moving on to the next piece now, is I'm doing, I have to reach back, sorry, I'm doing my little weathering series on this, and like I said, with that I'm adding an M3 Lee, which I did quite a long time ago. Just needed to be cleaned up a bit. The tracks were horrible, so I basically completely cleaned off the tracks and redid them. Happy with the tracks now. Okay, that orangey doesn't actually look that orangey in real life. It's just the camera seems to kind of make the red look much more red, but quite happy with that. That's that one. And we've got a couple of figures. There we go. I've shown them before, but I might as well show them again. There's a couple of figures to go with that. I have the little Harley Davidson and his rider with binoculars. The chap in the Panzer II has binoculars. We've got going to be the commander figure for the Lee. He's got binoculars, so they've all got binoculars. And it's going to be his little scout patrol, or whatever you want to call it. And we've got it. Then we're going to have two guys as sentries covering off left and right. Okay, making sure that they don't get snuck up on. And I'm in the process of making the last video for that part of it, which is the diode itself, and I've done a couple of clips. They're not out yet because they'll all be out together, but I've gotten this far with the diode base, right? And what that is just the I cleaned off the side of the base, covered it with masking tape, and it's filled then with DAS clay. Now that is almost dry, very nearly dry. So you have to watch the videos to find out what I'm going to do. The next video, should I say, on this, to find out what more I'm going to do to that. So I'm not going to give anything away on that one. And that's basically it from what I've been up to. For the rest of the week, like I said, I want to finish off with those figures for the little UAV. I want to do a bit of dusting on the M48 Patton and finish off this. So, you know, I'll have a busy week ahead of me, believe me you, because as you know yourself, all these little things, it might seem like you'd have it done in 5 minutes, but you won't. It'll take about 2 or 3 hours, and then you go, God, that was an enjoyable 5 minutes, and you wait, that was 3 hours I was at that. So we'll zoom back up to my ugly face, and we'll finish off this week's bum. Okay, so I'm just going to move the camera. Clunk clunk. What more do you want? Big clunks. So what is Stephen, my son, giving me, as well as that lovely little UAV? He's giving me a floaty thing. I know, yeah, floaty thing. Might be a new sign for John, floaty thing. But he's giving me this this crunch, this lovely kit. I'll be doing an unboxing of that during the week. And it's a Zvezda 1/350 scale. Where are we? The Kursk. The K-141 Kursk Russian nuclear submarine. Had a look inside in the box. There isn't that much inside in it, but with submarines there isn't really that much on them, is there? So it's all down to sort of the painting and make a nice little stand with it and make a nice little display. So lovely present from Steve, that and the little UAV. So thank you very much, Steve, Louise and Brian. Okay, the three of them got together and got me these lovely little kits. So thank you very much to those. That's really about it. That's about all I have for this week's bum. So all we've got left to do is reveal the bum chocolate. This week's bum chocolate shall be, and will be, where are we? Fries chocolate cream. Very tasty, very tasty. And it says here that it's a rich dark chocolate with a smooth fondant centre. Now, Fries chocolate cream. I do like these bars. I do like these. They also come up with a peppermint cream. It's in the green wrapper, but this is the blue wrapper, so it's the Fries chocolate cream. So I do like those. And for old Simon, and we have to start including Kevin in that one. Kevin is another one of these people who has to stay sugar free. So for Simon and Kevin, it's a return of the most common fruit, I suppose, in these parts of the world. An apple. There you go. A nice shiny red apple. Okay. Well, there's a bit of yellow on it as well. There. But it's mostly red. Okay. So we've got a nice shiny apple for the boys that they can't eat the sugar stuff. But for us sugary people, Fries chocolate cream. So that's it, lads, for this week's bum. I'll catch you up next week for next week's bum. Stay tuned to the channel for anything else during the week. I will be doing, I hopefully get the video out of the weathering one, the Panzer II weathering series, even though it's only, the weathering is done in the Panzer II. It's down to the Dio part of it now. I'll be doing a final reveal on the M48 Patton, and I'll be doing work on the little UAV, like I said. Might put that into a little Dio with the Bradley I did some time ago. So we'll leave it at that, lads, and as usual, don't forget to stick a comment in the comments box below if you have any questions or anything you want to say to me or whatever. Don't forget to stick a like, like I said, you know, don't forget to push the old like button, give it a slap. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and if you have subscribed, I do thank you very, very much. Okay, so without any further ado, I'll sign off, and with my usual, don't forget, go out and buy yourself a kit, build it and enjoy it. This is John signing off, and I'll catch you next week.